there's a lot of subprimal that are convinced that Liver King is taking steroids.
The Liver King once claimed that if you lived by the ancestral tenets and only ate raw meat, you could look like him, but after being exposed as a liar, his fall from grace is continuing months later. Liver King, also known as Brian Johnson, rose to fame for preaching that men should return to their ancestral way of living in order to reach their peak physical potential. Of course, being jacked out of his mind wasn't enough, so Brian had added one neat trick of eating raw meat on camera and talked about how he looks so big because of his diet.
3 ounces of liver. We got a couple ounces of pure marrow that we're gonna scoop right out of this femur. We got 10 ounces of some bone and skin on sardines. 3 ounces of some fresh sashimi style testicle.
As appetizing as raw testicles sounded and looked as he ate them on camera, people were not really convinced that the man was all natural. Besides his crazy antics and mascot-like personality, the thing that people wanted to know more than anything was, is Liver King on steroids? Come to find out, he was phenomenal at ducking these sorts of questions and would oftentimes just flat out say no, and as more people asked, his brand got bigger and bigger, but sooner or later, something had to give.
Do you know how rare it is to have a physique like that and not be on steroids?
Looking at his physique, it's obvious that he's achieved it through at least some sort of supplements, as a ton of coaches and nutritionists have already speculated, but the real bombshell dropped when Derek from More Plates More Dates confirmed everything, but it was way more than we thought.
5.8 milligram vials from Empower Pharmacy, $11,000 per month for my new dose.
So not only was Liver King lying about his steroid use, he was also spending over $11,000 a month on his gear. Now, in response to this exposure, there's essentially 2 major things that came out of it. Number 1 was the mandatory apology that Liver King issued, but it wasn't really an apology.
Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves.
So Brian decided that the best way to handle getting exposed was to claim that he was doing an experiment to bring light onto depression from people being ashamed of their bodies. Though he did admit to lying, the comments were not quick to forgive him and trolled him by calling his apology as natural as he was. He also lost over 100,000 followers on Instagram, some of which even tried to sue him for over $25 million for deceiving them, but in the end it was ruled that if you actually believed him, it's your own fault. It's not all sad for Liver King though, since the amount of money that he made in the last year alone combined with the exposure for his brand had probably set him up for life, but he still seems to be trying to make a comeback. See, Liver King has made a couple announcements in recent weeks that he's left all the juice behind him and he was officially totally natural. A few did share pics to show that yes, he has lost some serious mass, which lines up with what he's saying, but many still don't believe him. According to the Liver King, since leaving the juice and focusing more on shredding, he's actually gotten stronger. This comment turned a ton of bodybuilders, trainers, and coaches' attention towards him once again, as he's being now called out for still lying to his fans.
And so how is it possible that the guy's gotten stronger since going off cycle for 52 days? It's not. That's how it's not possible. It's not possible.
At this point, it seems clear that no one should trust the testicle-eating, barefoot-running caveman, but either way, it seems like he's trying to get people back on his side. But if you think that the Liver King is still juiced up,